Hello and welcome back to Ayaron's world. I've got me horses. I've got me a number of horses. I managed to get them all here. Basically I sort of ran over and brought them back one by one. I tried leading a number of them on a lead, but they just lag behind, fall under bridges, drown, or the leads break, stuff like that. So I've got them all along here. I gave them bales of hay to eat. Ooh, what was that for? Oh, there's a skeleton. Hello, skeleton. Oh dear, I just shot my own horse in the head. There we go. He must have taken shelter under that tree. Okay. He'll eat grass and he'll heal. And I'm very, very sorry. Was it you or you? Probably the one that's still running around like a mad thing. Anyway, but the best horse... Where is the best horse? I'm keeping here. Hello, you. Let's do that. Because this horse is nice and quick. Now, I've not done speed trials or anything yet, but just from looking at it, this horse seems nice and quick and is quite a jumper. See? This horse is nicely agile. But what I need is a proper place to keep them all. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to build a stable here. And this stable will be a mixture of... Well, it'll be a mixture of a stable. Oops, let's not fall off the bridge. It'll be a mixture of a stable, and it will also form like the gatehouse in and out of my compound. You know, so this will become the main way in and out. You know, the main entrance. So I want to work on that. The design I've got in mind is circular. So it'll be like a circular compound, but the circle will sort of jut into that mountain a bit, come around, and sort of go there. So I have to work out the exact size, which I think will be nice. It's entirely possible that I'm going to want the circle to go all the way out to here. Tell you what, let's get off the horse, get to the top of one of those mountains so we can look down on it a bit better. So, always carry a hitching post with you. There we go. Keeps the horse nice and safe. Right, let's get to the top of one of those mountains. Okay, I've took a look at it from the top and I've worked out a good thing. So I've just pillared up here on a load of dirt, just so we can get like a bird's eye view as to what I've worked out. So if you see these dirt posts there, that's going to be the full width of the building from that one to that one. And what I'm thinking is there'll be a 3 wide walking corridor, and then there'll be a 4 wide space where different rooms can be. And most of those rooms will be stables, you know, with a horse in each. But there could also be, you know, a small storage room, an equipment room, stuff like that. And it goes over to this side as well. So there's the one, gap of 3, gap of 4. And if I stand in the exact centre, you can sort of see that we're going to end up with a circle that sort of goes from there. It'll circle round to there, and then it will sort of curve in a bit on this edge of the bridge. And that leaves us a view of the lake and stuff. I'll have to cut down that sand mountain a bit. That's pretty good. Now, materials. I would love to make this thing out of the new clay bricks, because you can colour them different things and they look gorgeous. But realistically speaking, I'm never going to get... Well, I can get enough clay bricks if I really start scouring the rivers of the world. Rivers appear to be where you mainly get this stuff. The alternative is I could make the majority of this building out of snow. Because I'm sort of going for like a... I don't know, I've got like a sort of a a Mediterranean. I heard a spider. And all sorts of stuff. There must be a cave underneath. Anyway, so I'm sort of thinking of like a Mediterranean type building. So you know, it's like a nice wide open courtyard, covered walkways, and I think it would look good white. I've not really used white anywhere before, so you know, let's take a look at a block of snow and see whether or not we can live with it. Right, so I've got some blocks here so we can sort of take a look. So the inner courtyard, I think, is going to have some grass on it, and then maybe some stone brick and stuff. The roof I want to make out of those straw blocks. If you remember, they were, you know, by the horses, because I think it might make a nice thatched roof. So those and the straw block is yellow, so we are sort of comparing these blocks to a yellow similar to the sand, green grass, and so on. So the first thing we've got is the block of snow, and unfortunately, I don't know, on this texture pack, that does, you know, it looks more like marble than just a white block. And I don't think it's going to look as good. Now, another option is you can now make blocks of coal. That would make it a very dark building. I do like that texture though. It's very obsidian-like. Basically, you make this by putting nine bits of coal together, and you get a block of coal. So I cooked up some hardened clay, and a possibility is, could you go away, sheep? You're being very annoying. Where are you trying to get to? I'll kill you with my sword. Go on, go away. Go away. Right, so could just put down raw hardened clay. And that might actually look pretty good. Let's get those back. Now for the other things, is you can dye hardened clay. I believe you make a circle, so you dye them in blocks of 8. And then you put the dye you want in the centre, and you get that. Now, unfortunately, you can't re-dye them. I don't think. I mean, if I did that and put red in the centre, we don't get anything. Which is a shame. It would be really good if they added the ability to re-dye blocks. Because it means that if you make too much of one colour, it doesn't matter. So we have white stained clay. Yeah, and that is so much better than that. I do think we're going, you know, I'm just going to have to spend absolutely ages finding clay. Because that's really nice. Let's make... I picked out, you know, I went to the sheep farm, which is where I keep all my dyes, and I picked out 3 colours that I thought might work well. We've got red, which is a wonderfully rich colour. I'm not sure I'd want the entire wall in that red. It might go well with the thatched roof. It would certainly be warm. And last of all, I think I've got enough blocks for this, is we can try the orange, which might be a little better than the red. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good. This is the undyed clay. That one is a little too rich. Maybe that one. Have the main walls in that one, and maybe pick out details or shapes in the red and the white. Definitely not the snow. So, I'm going to hunt for clay. I've got a reasonable amount. Let's quickly run back. Oh dear. We can get... I don't know, is it quicker to get on the horse? I mean, the amount of time it takes me to untie the horse, I'm not sure how that compares to time. We'll just leap you into that. So, the hardened clay, I did already keep an eye out for some when I was going to get the horses and so on. So, unfortunately, these that I've cooked into clay bricks, there's nothing I can do with them. Clay bricks, oops. Clay bricks will, I believe, only form that type of brick. There's no way to get them back. So, because of course I cooked all that up before hardened clay was possible. So, what you do is you take the clay you dig up and you make it into back into clay blocks, and then you cook the stuff in a furnace. And that's how you got it. So how much do I have? 64. 64. That's the... Oh, I've got too much stuff here. There, see, I've only got 2 and a bit stacks, which is nowhere near enough. I mean, each block you get, you know, you dig it up and you get 4. And I think if I had a fortune shovel, that would help. But I don't actually have a fortune shovel, so... Alright, things to burn. Clay, clay, clay. Alright, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of grinding, I think. Right, so I've got myself a travel kit together. Ender pearls if I need them, torches, hitching posts and leads for the horse. I've got a supply of Eye of Enders and the 8 obsidian I need so I can keep creating and destroying an ender chest, and that's where I'll store all the clay. Now I'm going to test to see whether my fortune pick works on them. It might be a bit slow and I know it's going to damage it a bit more, but it's the only fortune thing I have. I also have a silk touch spade, which just saves time, because essentially if you use a spade on clay, you get the 4 clay globules which you need in order to reform the clay block. I've got my bow, got my sword, I'm reasonably well armoured, I've got my horse somewhere. He's either wandered downstairs or he's found those things and gone outside. Oh, hello. I was wondering where you'd gone. So, I will just sleep through this night. Oh yes, bed. I'll grab the bed that I'd put down there. Want to make sure that I have a bed with me. And what I will do is I will essentially follow the rivers looking for clay. I'll probably start with this one here, to be honest with you. Alright. Come on. Mining stuff while you're on horseback appears to be similar to being on a ladder or underwater. It slows it down. So I'm going to start by checking this little pool here, although I'm pretty certain if there was anything there I would have gotten it by now. Let's keep the lead handy, and I've got spare posts with me. And hopefully when next you see me I'll have lots and lots of clay. Okay, so I've got myself a reasonable supply of clay. There we go. I've already cooked it up so it's hardened clay, but I've not dyed it yet. What I did is I followed the river. There's a river that runs that side by my base. I followed it off in that direction, essentially until it ended. I sort of explored every branch, every lake, and so on, until eventually, you know, I ended up back here. So I still got the river to explore in the other direction, for when I need more of this stuff, which I inevitably will. So let's start actually trying to get the shape of this thing down. Now, one thing that's occurred to me is the gap here of 3 there and 4 there is probably perfectly good if it was a straight building, but because this is a curved building, it's going to seem smaller on the angles. So I think I need to make this larger. I want to leave the front bits where they are. So, but I'm going to make the foundation out of cobble, not because I'm going to keep it cobble, but just because it's a plentiful material that lets me map out the basic shape of this thing. Most of it's going to be covered up by the walls anyway. You know, the walls that are going to go on top, and then I can replace it if necessary. So, in order to make this bigger, I think this should go back 1 to here, and then this should go back 2. So, 1, 2. Ooh, yes, my Silk Tuck's shuttle has almost died. I probably shouldn't use that for anything. Maybe run a repair on it. So that leaves a gap of 4 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, which means on the diagonals it will seem about the same size as it was before. Now I'm just going to go grab my an actual work pick as opposed to my Silk Tuck pick. Maybe run this one through an anvil and repair it a bit. Okay, I've sorted my pick out, and I added the extra spaces on that side as well. So the first thing to do, I think, is just to mark out the 3 circles. There's the inner circle, then there's the circle of what's going to be an inner wall, and then the circle that's going to be the back. So basically, I just want to dig that out, clear the terrain out the way so we can see it all nicely, and then I can start building up the walls. Well, there we go. I've got the circles sorted out. Wow. This is going to be probably the biggest building I've made yet in this world. But you can start to see how I think it's going to be. So, this inner ring here, this is going to be an open courtyard. I'll probably make it grass or sand or gravel, sort of natural materials. It'll be like a very small horse exercise yard, that sort of thing. Now, this ring there, that's the roof is going to stretch from there all the way to there. Probably curved, you know, a curved roof. I'll use the Plots website to give me the design for a torus, which is like a 3-dimensional ring, and I'll use the top portion of that to make the roof. Not a complete half-circle roof, because I did that on the chicken coop over there, and it didn't quite look as good as I wanted. So a more shallow curve, you know, so just the upper bit of a circle. And so the roof's going to go all the way from there to there. But this bit there is going to be sort of open to the courtyard, so it's going to be like a covered walkway going all the way around. And then further back, that's where we can have doorways leading into stables and rooms to do various purposes and so on. Now, I probably won't keep that many horses. You know, 3 or 4 good horses will be stabled here. And I might have some other horses off in a paddock somewhere, you know, for random breeding and stuff like that. Here, I think the rear going bit is going to stop at this wall here, because I don't really want to have to dig out underneath that mountain, and it means that it won't have a roof or windows or stuff like that. The covered walkway can continue all the way to the water there, like it does on that side. And on this side, I dug away just a little tiny bit of that mountain, and you've got the building going all the way up to the edge of the walkway. So I think this is going to look rather good. Now, this is going to be the end of this episode, which means this is probably quite a short episode, but I think you'll appreciate there's a lot of work has gone into clearing this land. And I want to get the episode out there to you guys, because I know it's been a while since I've last put out episodes. So I'll work on this a bit in between. This isn't really I'm not going to make you watch me build everything as we go and so on. There's going to be a lot of grinding involved. So I'll be sort of working on this project mixed in with other stuff, I think. I've got some other more more sort of technical projects and so on that I'd like to get going, I still would like some form of elevator to go up there. Whether it will be a redstone piston elevator or just another minecart one, I'm not sure. The minecart one is just so much easier, so much less work and resources involved. And with me finding I've got such little time to actually play Minecraft, projects which require lots of grinding for resources and finding all the redstone and so on, I'm kind of avoiding them for the moment because I don't really have an abundancy of resources. But I think that and I decided to go with the red clay. I asked on Facebook and Twitter what sort of colour for like a Mediterranean stable and so on. People said red, and I kind of agree. If I grab the red, so I mean that's going to be like, as I said, a covered walkway, so there won't be a full wall there. But back here, you're going to end up with a nice red wall there. There'll be some form of flooring. Here will probably be a fence or something. Do I have any fences? Not on me. Fences, either wood or nether brick fence might be a nice contrast to the colours and the rest of it. You know, for the flooring, I'm probably going to half slab all the flooring in there, just to make sure that mobs don't spawn and I don't have to worry about getting the lighting exact and so on. So for the flooring, maybe not stone brick, but some stone slabs might look good. Although it might be a bit too dark. I might need to go with quartz slabs. You know, so you get the, you know, the nice red and the white, and then like the wooden rail, and then the green out here. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Well, you know, we can mess around with it and play around with it and stuff like that, and see what comes out of it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully I'll have some more of the walls up here next episode, so we can sort of get an idea as to how big the actual building's going to look and stuff like that. So bye bye.